There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
Everyone, how are you? Welcome to the Fast Pass Return. With me is Justin, and I'm Ken. You may remember this sweatshirt from the last video. I have to talk to the wardrobe department about that. Anyway, today we have a new Disney video to talk about some exciting changes at Disney, things that Justin and I are really excited about. See, we love Disney so much that every night we keep up on the Disney news. So we wanted to tell you about a couple things. The first thing we're going to tell you about is this. Is going to be something in the Pixar Studios part of Hollywood Studios. Justin, what's going on in the Pixar Studios of Hollywood Studios?
They're going to make a third track for Toy Story Midway Mania.
That's right. So it has been confirmed this week that by the end of 2016, there will be a third track added to Toy Story Midway Mania. Now, Justin, why is it important that they have a third track?
People really love this ride.
You're right. That is exactly why. Because Toy Story Mania, if you've been to Disney World Hollywood Studios in the last 5 years, is very popular. So it's so popular that before they just redid the Fast Pass system, people would they would open the park and people would take off running to the other side of the park to get to Toy Story Mania. It's still very crowded. Usually as soon as the park opens, there's a 60 or 70 minute wait on the ride. It's very hard to get in. Now, of course, with the new Fast Pass system, you're guaranteed to at least ride once, which is good. So we love that ride and everyone else does. So one of the great things is that with some of the changes, they're adding this third track. Now, Just, where did they get the land to get this third track going?
Okay, so first of all, there used to be this place called the Backlot Tour.
Right. That's exactly right. So they used to have a backlot tour, which we talked about in our last video. They took some of that land that was right behind where Toy Story Midway Mania is, and they're going to be making that into a third track. What's this going to mean? It's going to mean just as much Toy Story Midway Mania fun, not as long of a wait. Great news for Toy Story Midway Mania lovers, which we definitely are. Now, there's some other great news. Another ride that's expanding to allow for more people. It's another ride with real long lines. Which one is that, Just? The Carousel of Progress?
I don't think so.
No, it wasn't. What was it?
Soarin!
Soarin, that's right. So, and tell us about this. So we hear that there's changes going on at Soarin. What kind of changes are happening?
So the movie used to be, you're supposed to be soaring in California.
Right. So the original movie was the movie from Soarin' Disneyland in California. So at the end of the movie, you even fly over
California!
Disneyland, right down Main Street, and you see the last scene is the fireworks exploding over Sleeping Beauty's castle in Disneyland. So we all cheer when that happens, yay! But still, it's not Florida. But the new Soarin' movie is going to be made in Florida. But that's not all, because even if there's a new movie, all that's going to do is make even bigger crowds. So Just, what are they doing to lessen the crowds on Soarin'?
They're going to make another Soarin' room.
You're right. So another really exciting thing is that Soarin', which if you don't know is located in the Land Pavilion in Epcot, Soarin' is going to be expanded. Apparently there are 2 rooms right now, and they're making a third. So this is happening all around the same time. They've announced it that just like the third track in Toy Story Midway Mania, the third Soarin' room will be finished at the end of 2016. So there's several changes in Soarin'. There is a new film. They're going to be working apparently on the projectors. So the film is going to be improved, the projectors are going to be improved, and the screen is going to be improved. Because if you've been there recently, it's a little grainy. So this should be a big improvement. Plus there's going to be a third screening room. So what that's going to mean, shorter wait times. We are very excited about that. So there's lots of great changes happening in Disney World. We also know that probably around the same time, I would think that at Animal Kingdom, the Avatar land will be probably finished, or at least pretty close to it. So that's going to be pretty exciting for your Avatar fans out there. Now, some of you, myself included, are like, Avatar, that's kind of a strange choice. But I think that once the second and third Avatar movie comes out, we're going to be like, those Disney guys know what they're talking about. Because once Avatar gets big again, the toys will be out. It'll be Disney Avatar everywhere. And I have a feeling we'll be very excited. And that ride, from what it looks like, there's a couple preview videos online. And that ride looks very high-tech, very exciting. Now, Justin, from our keeping up with the Disney news, there was one other interesting fact. There was a ride that was refurbished recently, fixed up a bit. Which ride was that?
Ariel's ride.
You're right. Journey to the Little Mermaid. Now, they had done some renovations on that ride in Disneyland, California, and there was news that they were going to do it in Disney World. Well, this past week, it was only closed for a short time, a short renovation, and it was reopened, I think, 2 days ago, and the renovations are complete. Do you remember, Justin, from what kind of things that they added?
They added new lights, so it would be lighter because it used to be really dark.
Right, so one of the problems is that when you used to look up, you could see on the ceiling where the pipes were and things like that. Kind of ruins the magic a little bit. So they've changed some of that lighting so you can't really see that. Right, so they changed that. They added some brightness to make it more exciting. What else did they do?
In the Kiss Girl scene, Ariel's hair used to be like plastic.
Yes, very fake, very, very fake looking plastic hair. At this point, I kind of wish I had some plastic hair, but that's another story. So, yes, and they made it into real hair, which looks much more realistic. They also added, in a couple other places, they added some additional details, like more fish in certain scenes. Like there's one scene when you're first going under the sea and you look above you and there's sort of a screen above you and you see Ariel swimming. Well, it used to be you just saw her swimming. Now there's all kinds of there's all statue fish above there. Just adds to all the magic. It really looks terrific. If you go online right now and look up the news, what you can see is videos that they have right next to each other, so you can watch the old way, the way it was when it opened a few years ago, and then you can watch the new way, what it looks now, and it really looks terrific. So there's lots of great things happening, like always at Disney World, because one of the best things about Disney World is, just like Walt intended, it's always growing, always changing, always new stuff happening. And that's what's so great about it. It's never, ever finished. I know Walt intended for Epcot to never be finished because it would always be growing with new technology. But the great thing is that all of Disney World, in fact, all of Disney Worldwide, is always growing and always changing. The Disney park that's opening in China is supposed to be one of the most incredible technologically advanced parks anywhere, ever. So that's pretty exciting as well. I believe that there are 11 Disney parks worldwide. Is that right, Booby? I think so. It's either 11 or 13. Maybe someday, because there's a whole other group of people, we think we like Disney a lot. Well, there are some people who like Disney so much that they travel around the world to go to every park. What do you think? Maybe someday? Yeah, maybe someday. But for today, those are the new exciting things happening. Make sure you keep up on the Disney news. There's always new stuff happening. And if you're ever wondering, you can always stop back here at the Fast Pass Returns, and we'll always keep you updated on the new stuff. Please leave comments below if you want to see a video about certain things. And as always, please remember, have a magical day. See you guys later. Thank you for watching.
There's a great big beautiful tomorrow.